Okay, so I'm going to do algebraic division in this video. So let's do a simple algebraic division question. So let's say we divide x squared minus 2x minus 63 by x plus 9. Okay? So let's see what happens. So this is very simple. So all you do is you start dividing the first term here by the first term here. So x squared divided by x is x. Now we multiply this by this. So x times x is x squared. X times plus 9 is plus 9x. Now we have to subtract these two terms. So you can see x squared and x squared cancels. Now minus 2x minus 9x is minus 11x. Okay? And then all you have to do is bring this minus 63 down. So now this is going to be divided by x again. So minus 11x divided by x is minus 11. So minus 11 times x is minus 11x. Minus 11 times 9 is minus 99. So now when you subtract, the minus 11x and minus 11x cancel. Minus 63 minus minus 99, so that would be minus 63 plus 99, which is 36. So we have a remainder of 36. I'll show you another example where there is no remainder, where it will divide perfectly. All it is just we're going to get a 0 at the end here. So let's just do a question. So let's say we have x squared plus 5x minus 6. And let's divide this by x minus 1. Okay, so x squared divided by x is x. X times x is x squared. X times minus 1 is minus x. Now when I subtract, 5x minus minus x is 6x, because 5 minus minus 1 is same as 5 plus 1. Now minus 6 here. So 6x divided by x is plus 6. So 6 times x is 6x. 6 times minus 1 is minus 6. And when you subtract that, you get 0, because 6x taken away 6x is 0. Minus 6 minus minus 6 is same as minus 6 plus 6, which is also 0. So there you go. So let's do one more question where it is a little bit more complicated than this. Okay, let's divide a cubic expression by a quadratic expression. Okay, so the answer should be quite simple, but let's just go through step by step. Okay, so I'm going to divide a cubic expression by a quadratic expression. So let's say I have 3x cubed minus 4x squared plus 5x minus 3 divided by, let's say, x squared plus 2x minus 5. Okay, so I'm dividing a cubic by a quadratic here. So first of all, 3x cubed divided by x squared is, let me just make it x there, okay, and let me just make it 1 there, just to make it simpler, otherwise it's going to be complicated here. So 3x cubed divided by x squared is 3x itself. Okay, so 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. 3x times x is plus 3x. 3x times minus 1 is minus 3x. So there you go. So I've already done the first line. So let's just go through that again just to clear it up. So first I did 3x cubed divided by x squared, which is 3x. And then I multiplied each one of these with this 3x at the top. So 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. 3x times x is 3x squared. And then 3x times 1 is minus 3x. So now if I subtract, now that take away that is going to cancel. Minus 4x squared minus 3x squared is minus 7x squared. And then plus 5x minus minus 3x is plus 8x. Okay? So all I did is just subtract everything. So now bring this minus 3 down. So minus 7x squared divided by x squared is minus 7. So minus 7 times x squared is minus 7x squared. Minus 7 times x is minus 7x. Minus 7 times minus 1 is plus 7. So now when you subtract here, these two are going to cancel, because it's minus 7x squared minus minus 7x squared. 8x minus minus 7x is same as 8x plus 7x, which is 15x. Minus 3 minus 7 is minus 10. So there are no more terms to divide here, so that means that is a remainder. So we have a remainder of 15x minus 10. So that's how we do algebraic division. So let's do one more question just to see what happens again, and then I will, in the next video, I will do the factor and remainder theorem. Okay. So let's just do one more video. Okay, so here, if we got, let's say, 5x to the 4 minus 3x cubed plus 7x minus 8, all divided by, let's say, x minus 2. Okay? So, we have 5x to the 4 divided by x, that makes it 5x cubed. Okay? So 5x cubed times x is 5x to the 4. 5x cubed times minus 2 will be minus 10x cubed. Okay, so now when I subtract, it becomes that and that cancels. So minus 3x cubed minus 10x cubed is plus 10x cubed, so that will be 7x cubed plus 7x. Okay, so 7x cubed divided by x is plus 7x squared. So 7x squared times x is 7x cubed. 7x squared times minus 2 is minus 14x. 14x squared. Okay. So let's just extend this. Okay, so this should be squared here. So now this should be 21x squared, and that cancels. So 7x squared minus 14x is 7x squared plus 14x, which is 21x squared. So I'm not going to go too much into pluses and minuses, which you should know already. Okay, so it's just 7x minus 14x squared. Okay, and then bring the minus 8x down. So 21x squared divided by x is 21x. So that times that is 21x squared. That times minus 2 is minus 42x. So these two are going to cancel. Minus 8x minus 42, that means minus 8x plus 42 will be 34x. And then bring the 1 down, that's minus 1. So now that divided by x is plus 34. Plus 34 times minus 2 is minus 68. And 34x, so this is going to cancel. So minus 1 minus 68 will be minus 1 plus 68, which is plus 67. So that's the remainder. Okay, so I know you can't see, so it's 67 here. Okay, so there you go. So that's algebraic division. Now let me just do one last question where some of the terms are going to be missing in the middle. Okay, so what happens if all the terms are not there in an expression or in a polynomial? So let's say we have something like x cubed minus 8 divided by x minus 2. So let's see what happens in this situation. So what I mean is, if you have x cubed minus 8 divided by x minus 2. Okay, so you can see x cubed and then it goes straight to 8. So we got x squared is missing, x is missing, so basically the x term and the x squared terms are 0. So this would be 0x squared plus 0x minus 8 all divided by x minus 2. So let me clear that up again. So if you got the terms missing, so that means they are zeros. So that means it's 0x squared and 0x. Obviously you don't need to write that in the question, but when you're dividing it, you need to fill them missing ones with zeros in front of them. So now let's divide this just like before. So x cubed divided by x is x squared. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times minus 2 is minus 2x squared. When you subtract, you get plus 2x squared here. And then plus 0x. I know it has no value, but just write it down because it will help you with the subtraction. So now let's divide this by x, so that becomes plus 2x here. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times minus 2 is minus 4x. Now when you subtract, you get 4x minus 8 here. Now 4x divided by x is plus 4. 4 times x is 4x. Times 2 is minus 8, so that's 0. So it divides perfectly. So the only difference here is we had to fill these terms in, and apart from that, it's same as before. So that is algebraic division. In the next video, we're going to go through algebraic division with factor theorem and remainder theorem, and we're going to factorize cubic expressions, and we're going to learn how to factorize higher polynomials which are greater than quadratics. Okay, so I'll leave it there for the moment.